Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 of IG versus Mouse. This is the Beyond the Summit World Tour. We're only 7 best out of 3s into the group stage. We have a total of 24 coming your way. Game 1 was a rather one-sided affair. Mousesports just a bit too strong for IG in that one, but we'll see how IG respond this game. One thing I can say is we won't be seen to like him this time around because Mouse, while they're fine picking up themselves, will not give it away. I am LD of dotacommentaries.com. Joining me is godz. Godz, how you doing, buddy?
Not bad, not bad. We've had our second viewing of East versus West in the Beyond the Summit World Tour. Now we had, I keep saying AL, Complexity against ehome last night, and now we've got mouz against IG. mouz taking this one. Last night it was ehome. This night it looks like mouz looking to take one back for the Western teams. They've taken game number 1. It is a best of 3 though, so they've got to win at least one of the next 2 games, this one or the next, and they are going to ban out the Lycan, and IG going to ban out the Brood. I like this ban from them. It did cause them a lot of problems last game, and it's not a hero that can be easily dealt with, and we'll see what they want to go with for the first pick instead. Invoker still in the pool, a likely candidate and hero that Ferrari does love to play, but still plenty of options for them. Leshrac, a hero that has been top pick, and IG, one of the Chinese teams who do like to play fairly aggressive and use that Leshrac. We'll see what they want to go for with this first pick.
Yeah, a lot of options still there. Invoker, a hero that we saw last game, didn't work out for IG, but I mean, it's a signature hero for Ferrari. Although he didn't particularly impress that game, it's definitely something you cannot write off. He's had a lot of great games in the past. Well, I love this pick off the bat. Not only does IG get themselves a Shadow Demon, they deny it to mouz, and it's really a hero that mouz. I mean, if they have a signature hero, it's either the Darkseer or the Shadow Demon, I would say. I mean, there's a couple of others you can make arguments for, but those are 1437's 2 favorite heroes to play, and he always seems to deliver on them. Especially that last game, we saw just how strong the Shadow Demon is. So, unlikely to see the Kunga antics now. It seems like mouz only run that with the combo, but we'll see where they go from here.
Yeah, we will, and I mean, for mousesports, they've got plenty of options still. They may go for that jungle hero, Chen or Enchantress. Both are actually in the pool, so IG picked up Shadow Demon over a hero like Chen. And I'm sure both teams will be looking up to pick up one of those. There's no need to immediately pick up one for mouz. They can wait for their third pick because they know at least one will still be in the pool. So if they don't strongly want to have that Chen in their draft, they can wait for that third pick to go for that. But they may just want to come with me, his Chen, and then move on from there. They can give IG the Enchantress. A hero I don't even know if they'll go for if taken by mousesports, but we'll see what mousesports want to do. They get Leshrac, Sand King. Sing Sing's Leshrac, Sand King likely to be played by 1437. Although they do have a couple of different players who can play that, depending if it's in a farming role or not. Black has played sort of farming Sand King before, so very versatile picks, and they've got some versatile players to go with that.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. My microphone was actually fell off my headset, but it is reattached now. Do apologize for that. But yeah, we'll see where IG go. I mean, the Shadow Demon, the beauty of it is it sets up anything. So whatever you want to go for, whether it's a targeted stun or something that needs set up, you have your options there. Mousesports would love to have that Shadow Demon, especially with Sand King Leshrac, a lot of nuke damage, and then the ability to amp it all up with Soul Catcher to set it up with that disruption. It's going to be denied to them. I guess the question is, will IG go for a similar style? And it's a pretty similar one. I mean, they get a bit more of a ganking presence with the Night Stalker. And it's a hero that's also going to be harder for them to kill than the Queen of Pain was last game. So, if they can get to the mid-game, if they can get to the point where Night Stalker hits that first night, has his basic items up, the boots, the bottle, the urn, mouse's lineup so far is very susceptible to those ganks. Between Sunstrike, Disruption, Soul Catcher, especially that Silence and early level 3 or 4 Void, that will rip through everything that mouz has, including this Enigma pick.
Yeah, I mean, mouz picking up some trademark heroes of their own. Enigma could go into that jungle or possibly in the bottom lane, and both Enchantress and Chen being completely ignored. That, to me, is the most surprising thing in this draft, at least for mousesports. They're normally a team who love to play with that Chen, but the Night Stalker Invoker picks for IG, not too surprising. Ferrari going to be on that Invoker. Night Stalker, I really like this sort of adjustment from game number 1. I mean, like you say, they're similar picks to last game, but Night Stalker is a bit of a change, something I thought they might go for last game, and I like how it fits into this draft. We'll see them going that route instead of going for a hero like the Brewmaster, a hero that they're now going to actually ban off. So both two teams making some slight adjustments here. We'll see Chenna and Enchantress may be coming into play in one of these last couple of picks. mousesports can still fit in a Chenna and Enchantress if they want to run a side lane solo Enigma. But right now, if they want to run Enigma in the jungle, they're probably not looking at the Chen or the Enchantress.
One hero that both teams undoubtedly have their eyes on is Windrunner. We saw last game Black played a hell of a Windrunner, and it's still available here. I want to point out for YYF's Nightstalker, as he's the one who's likely to be played, he's 5-0 on this hero, and statistically it's his best hero by far. In the Gigabyte Dota Masters, his best match, he went 11-0 and 10 versus Ice, a very decent Asian team. Not a top team, but definitely one of the competitive ones. So this is a hero that has a lot of potential, not only in this game, but especially in the capable hands of YYF. Something to keep an eye on. I really like this ban of the Bounty Hunter. It's already a great hero to have with Nightstalker because it allows you to chase so effectively, and the mobility of these two heroes. You never know where Bounty Hunter is. Nightstalker can get anywhere in a hurry, and track to make them both move quicker, to make those kills pay off extra. All of these things make the Bounty Hunter ban a great ban, and on top of it, IG need an offlane hero, and Bounty Hunter can fill that role. The Chinese teams love to do it. Put him in the offlane, even if he's under-leveled, he doesn't need a lot of items. He can catch up with track. He can even go ganky at level 2 or 3, put some pressure on the middle lane. So, a really smart ban for Mouse, all things considered. I love this decision.
And Chen, the last ban for IG, I think it's a good hero to take out. Enchantress is still there, of course, if Mouse want a jungle hero, but the Chen giving mousesports a really strong team fight, as well as survivability from aggression, from ganks. The Chen combo heals if you get the mech up, as well as the Hand of God, and the Holy Persuasion to send heroes back is something that is very, very hard to be aggressive against. So I like this last ban. Enchantress isn't a hero that you have to worry about too much. For one thing, easy to burst down with a Soul Catcher. I mean, you can set up a Sunstrike with a Disruption. You've got the Night Stalker. Enchantress isn't going to be a big problem to take down, although it can be a very aggressive jungler. So it's still a viable pick. But for the most part, I'd say IG are going to have their eyes on picking up a solid support, maybe something like an Earthshaker for Chuan to play, and then combo that with some kind of carry or semi-carry in the hands of Zhou. Anti-Mage still in the pool, and that's a hero we've got to talk about. Anti-Mage for both teams, though. Black loves his Anti-Mage, Zhou loves his Anti-Mage, and I feel Anti-Mage can fit into both these drafts. I mean, neither team has a very strong sort of early to mid-game, game-ending push. They've got, I mean, Mousesports have some strong early game with the Sand King Leshrac. You've got the Shadow Demon Sunstrike combo with the Night Stalker, but neither team is going to be looking to win the game in the early to mid-game. So both teams could justify an Anti-Mage pick, I feel.
Also, Queen of Pain. It's a hero that Joe loves to play. One of his strongest heroes. In fact, he's 5-2 with her, 6-1 with the Anti-Mage. But you're right, they need a hero for Joe. So which way they go, we'll have to see. It's going to be Ferrari on the Invoker, YYF on the Night Stalker. That means they need something for him. As for Mousesports, it's a lot of team fight already. Do you go for more? I mean, you talked about the Anti-Mage for Black. Morphling available as well. And it's a great hero to have, even versus the Night Stalker. As long as you start morphing before you get silenced, you can still morph through it. And it's unlike an Anti-Mage, who's, I would say, even easier to gank early game. As difficult to gank as Anti-Mage can be, Morphling is even harder to kill off. IG won even more burst damage. Lina is the choice. And now the Shadow Demon fits in beautifully. Disruption to start, Light Strike Array to follow, and then the nukes on top of that, particularly the Sunstrike, which I'm guessing we will see again. I don't know if I've ever seen a Shadow Demon Invoker combo and not seen an Exhort Invoker. It's just too good. But, yeah, for IG, a lot of burst damage now.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they really want to have the Tornado EMP, they still can, because with the tri-lane, if they put the Night Stalker in that tri-lane, they've got a lot of killing power. And I'm wondering what's going to be their last pick. Who do they... Maybe they're running tri-lane top and putting a solo hero at the mid lane as well as at the bottom. Like Night Stalker can go tri-laning at top and have the Invoker mid with another solo, or they could even... some kind of tri-lane at top with Night Stalker mid and Invoker at bottom if they want to pick up the Anti-Mage still. Rubik pick up for Mousesports, so there's a versatile hero with a lot of nukes at his disposal. A hero that maybe run as a support based on these picks, sort of as a setup for Sand King for Leshrac, and the carry hero is going to come last for Mousesports. Kunkka still in the pool, something we saw last game, but without the Shadow Demon, I feel they're less likely to pick that.
Well, Sing Sing almost always plays that Leshrac, so since they have it, expect that to be the choice. Wow, IG, another mobile hero that scales well. So they already have Invoker and Night Stalker, and they're going to pick up a Morphling too. One random thing I will point out: Rubik can steal Rubik can steal Morph, and if you ever get your hands on Morph, Morph Strength, I should say, you suddenly get about 400, 500 free additional HP, depending on what stage of the game you steal it at. So that's a funny little interaction. There's a couple of decent spells to steal. There's not any big game-breaking ultimates, but I mean, you know, that's not the only reason you pick Rubik. He's a great setup. You can hold people in place and damage them down with his his telekinesis, and that of course gives you some anti-push as well. Yeah, but who will Mouse go for as a carry? I mean, if you go anti-mates, there are a lot of ways to deal with it. There's a Shadow Demon, there's a Replicate, there's a Silence from Night Stalker. I'm not sure this is an anti-mage game.
It could be a Clinks game. That's a hero that Black does play a lot and play well,
I like that.
There's still a lot of, I mean, there's still the burst damage. I mean, you look at Shadow Demon Set, Night Stalker gank, you just need to put a gem on the Night Stalker or the Invoker. There's still huge nukes, and this isn't a very Clinks-friendly game. I mean, much like the Antimate, neither hero this game is going to be that friendly for. I mean, where do you go? I don't know. If you've got any other thoughts?
No,
Venomancer.
Oh, man.
This is an early mid-game strat. It's going to be maybe a solo, I guess Black playing Sand King in a farming or a solo role. Yeah. It's a hero who's done before. Leshrac for Sing Sing, and then you're looking at Enigma in the bottom lane, maybe, played by Come With Me, I guess. Rubik, I'd say Rubik and Venom. I mean, Rubik can even go farm himself if you want Enigma in jungle. So the only thing I'd say for sure is you're looking at Veno support. As far as their other support, I mean, it can be Enigma in the jungle. It can be the Rubik.
Actually,
they've got lots of options.
Who is the Rubik player for Mouse? Is it Sing Sing? I feel like it might be.
I feel sexybamboe can definitely play it. Right. He plays a lot of different heroes and roles, but I mean, yeah, it could be him. It could be between those two. I think we'll see the Leshrac and the Rubik. Come With Me usually plays the Enigma, although sometimes sexybamboe also plays that. I'd say almost definitely it is Black on the Sand King. Actually, they've already picked him up. I'll introduce mousesports quickly. So sexybamboe, actually on the Sand King, proving me wrong. It's not going to be Black. We've got Black playing the Leshrac, going to be in a farming role. We've got Sing Sing on the Rubik, as you suggested. 1437 playing the support Venomancer. And Come With Me on the Enigma. Is Come With Me going in the jungle? Does not look like it. He's got Tengus as well as a Salve. This looks more like a laning solo Enigma.
Is this an offensive tri-lane? It looks like it will be. Oh, this will be interesting. We'll talk about that in a sec. Let's introduce IG as well. We have Joe, and it looks like he's been pulled regen, bought a Wraith Band as well as 2 Iron Branches, and then the team gave him some regen, so he's got Tangos and a Salve as well. So good last hitting will be available for him off the bat. YYF on his signature Night Stalker, and remember, he is 5-0 on this hero in Dota 2 in competitive matches, in officials anyway. Faith on that support Shadow Demon. Ward's picked up already. Chuan playing the Lina, also playing support, bought the Courier for the team, and then Ferrari on the Invoker. Who are they going to send top? Is it going to be an offensive tri-lane for IG as well? We saw a solo Invoker before, and I think that was in our previous series, actually, and it worked out okay in the top lane, but, I mean, he died a few times. So it really depends, what do IG expect from Mouse? That's going to determine how they lane this, and it looks like maybe they do. It's early. It's a little early to tell, but it looks like maybe they do expect Mouse to have a solo up there.
And I mean, yeah, they could easily just send a 1 hero top, and they're currently going 5 bottom. I mean, the Morphling with this build. I mean, I guess we're looking at a potential solo mid Morphling, and Night Stalker going to be playing in that tri-lane with the Shadow Demon Lina combo, and whether or not IG go for the tri-lane top or bottom is the big question here. If they're expecting the Enigma at top, they'll quite happily put their tri-lane bottom with Invoker at top, but sending Invoker top against a potential dual lane or tri-lane is not going to work out too well for them. So it's going to be important. If they can scout out the lanes before the creep spawn, it'll be great for IG, and then they'll be quite happy and confident that they can send Invoker up top with leaving their tri-lane at bottom. And I don't know if Mouse are expecting Morphling bottom for their tri to go up against, but they're going to be in for a surprise when it's Morphling mid against Rubik, and that's a lane where I'd say Rubik has a bit of an advantage, because Morphling, sure, he can morph all his stats to Agi to help him last hit a bit. He's going to be taking a lot of damage from that Fade bot, and that makes it really hard to last. He's going to be relying on the waveform, and he needs that bottle up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Sing Sing also has the 600 attack range, pretty decent base damage for Rubik as well, and he's rushing a bottle. And whoever gets that bottle first mid generally will control the runes, unless your team interferes, as long as both heroes can spam, which Rubik can spam even better than Morphling early on. Plus, if you ever wave in on the creep wave, that's your primary escape mechanism out the window, so if it is a morph mid, it's going to be a bit dangerous for him to actually try and contest the runes by pushing. And if he just goes to check them, well, then Sing Sing can get ahead in terms of levels. So I agree, Sing Sing should have a bit of an advantage mid. It's not an overwhelming one by any means, but with the Rubik going mid, that means he'll get a quick level 6 if all goes well. And then I guess the question is there anything big he can steal? I mean, Void is a big damage nuke. Waveform's great to have. Out of all the spells IG have available, is there anything that sticks out to you or strikes you as an important spell for Sing Sing to target? There's no Ravage or Black Hole. There's nothing obvious, but if you think about it more.
I feel Morphling, a lot of his spells, I mean, when I'm, just from my personal experiences playing Rubik, I mean, just in some casual scrims and pubs, up against a Morphling, stealing Waveform is absolutely awesome. Stealing the Morph Agility, Morph Strength is pretty awesome too, because you don't actually need Agility on the Rubik. You can convert all your Agility to Strength, be super tanky. You lose a lot of your armor, you do become a bit squishy to right-click damage, but it's still a possibility where you're suddenly a 2k HP Rubik, and you can then later on change, once you keep the stat change when you get a new spell, so it doesn't go back to being agility when you get a new spell. So then you can still something like a Waveform, a Lena Stun, a Disruption. There's so many useful spells for him here. I feel anything he gets will be useful. There's no big ultis to steal, but it's just a lot of useful spammable skills.
Right, and if you look at Mouse's lineup, I mean, sure, they've got a big team fight, but it's not like they need Sing Sing to set it all up. You know, he's just sort of the icing on the cake. Telekinesis great for holding one hero out, you know, maybe stunning a couple as well, depending where you throw them. But, I mean, you've got Enigma, you've got Sandking, Leshrac, Venno. All of these heroes can win team fights by themselves, especially in combination. You know, it kind of reminds me of that Zenith lineup we saw in... I think you were watching that game. I was casting with Lumion. They went for a mass AoE strat in Game 3, and... Disruptor was sort of the most exciting hero in that. They had a Darkseer in that game, but it's very reminiscent of that lineup. A lot of team fight here from Mouse. No real late game, but an opportunity to just dominate with constant AoE, constant larger scale engagements working out in your team's favor.
Yeah, now we will see. mousesports would immediately plan behind this tower. They're going to realize it's an Invoker Soul and look to be aggressive. Boots first on Bamboo. Innovative builds.
And the body block.
This is just
perfect body block. Oh,
Ferrari in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, this is a level 1 Invoker.
He will go down.
There's nothing to do here except die. A couple more right clicks. Can't salve up. Actually, he could have, maybe he could have tried, but not gonna bother. Does not want to waste that gold. Easy first blood for Mouse. And remember, this is a Leshrac tri-lane, so if you get kills, you get towers quickly. Doesn't have a point in Edict yet. He actually went for Splitter. There you go. Edict picked up. The glyph might have to be used at the 1 minute mark at the rate we're going. Compare it to IG's tri-lane. Well, so far they haven't gotten a kill. If they catch this Enigma, they will. He is absolutely killable, but as long as Bamboo doesn't, or Come With Me doesn't die, rather, they're going to be pretty happy about this trade.
Yeah, now this is a very hard to stop tri lane at bottom, and for the most part, IG not looking good at either bottom or middle lane. Rubik just has such an easy time last game. We'll see Sing Sing just using that Fade Bolt pretty much whenever possible. He's got the bottle up already. And that's going to just allow him to spam to the end of days and lower his damage. Top lane, they've gone on Come With Me. He's in trouble now. He's going to go down. One more right click. YYF gets the kill. Chuan and Faith taking a lot of damage. Not as straightforward as that kill on the Invoker. And Enigma has managed to get some farm and XP, but it is a death nonetheless, and we will see him immediately TPing back in. But ING do strike back.
Oh, they want Ferrari again. No boots on him. He's got TP scroll this time, though. Might be able to get it out. Bamboo possibly spotting it. Is not going to dive. He does see all the other heroes on the map, so must have just been afraid of that TP out. Doesn't want to tank the tower unnecessarily. Well, godz, when you pick Invoker, you need a lot of levels. I think staying at level 1 is not an option. Disruption up top. Light Strike array to follow. Do they have the burst damage, though? It looks like they should. Couple more right clicks. Patient Malefice from Come With Me. Only level 1. YWF could go back in with the salve, the clarity as well. Come With Me. That will be cancelled. A big 150 gold investment down the drain. They're getting the trade bottom. It looks like the tower will be dying there relatively soon. Chase continues. One more Void is up. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Come With Me is going to get out of here. Oh, no Soul Catcher at long range, but no more Voids. Come With Me escapes. Invoker has to jungle now. This is 2.5 minutes in. He's retreated. He's seeded bottom lane. And this is what you want when you run an offensive tri-lane. If you drive that hero out of the lane, now you have a hero in this Leshrac who can solo that Invoker. He's 3 levels ahead. 1437 and sexybamboe. They can stay here and push if they want, but they can also go ganking. Find Ferrari in the jungle, set up kills on mid on Joe, or at least pressure him down. Mouse is having a great start.
And this is the risk of picking up the Invoker and not playing him in that mid lane. I mean, even if you're putting him in the safe lane, as it shows right now, putting it in that lane at bottom is not going to be a good result. It's just so risky having the Invoker not at mid. If he goes up against a Jewel or Trial, he gets completely kept out of the game, and that's what we're seeing now by mousesports. Really great execution. They're going to get a T1 tower here. The Edict level 2 now. Black going to get that. And yeah, there we go. Leshrac does last at that tower, and he's going to go maybe probably for some Arcane Boots now to help the Sandking Venomancer just spam even more. And that's going to be Sandking Venomancer. They're only level 2 though. That's the one thing that mousesports aren't doing all too well. XP wise, they're still ahead with the kills and with the Invoker being level 1, but they are Considering we're already 4 minutes in, a level 2 Venomancer and Sand King is not the best, but they are still winning on that front because trialing for IG, they're not leveling that quickly either.
They want Sing Sing mid. Faith has spent a lot of time waiting here on this hill, probably about 40 seconds now. They're going to try and contest the route. Sing Sing his boots. I think he can just outrun him here. No, runs back in. Disruption to start. Soul Catcher to follow. Waveform is available. Held back in place. Thrown back. Joe, Waveform's in. Looking for Sing Sing. The regen is popped. Very patient there. And Sing Sing is going to be just fine. Joe, no boots. Or actually, no boots on him. He can't even catch Sing Sing. Could try for one more wave. They really want him, though. Level 1 Invoker trying to set up the body block. Ferrari does not find it. Look at this chase. Cue the Benny Hill music up, and now Sing Sing is going to run into help. And in fact, if they chase, they will die, and wisely, they are going to back off.
Yeah, that was nice. If Sing Sing didn't have those boots, or if the disruption came before he picked up that rune, it would have gone differently. Mid lane now, Sand King taking up the tower a bit, but he gets the double burrow strike off. There we go, Rubik coming in. This defensive disruption. Morphling actually gets the kill with the waveform. Shadow Demon should still go down. That he will. Shadow Demon actually sending his illusions forward, kind of revealing which was the real one, but still a 1-for-1 trade. Morphling getting a kill. Not the worst for IG. Morphling now, 16 CS, just the 1 kill. Still looking okay here, and we do see Come With Me. Not having the best time at top with Night Stalker. 19 CS, the 1 kill. Night Stalker is going to be a key hero for IG once we see the first Night, as well as that second Night. That's sort of around the mid-game point where they really need him to start having a big impact with Ferrari solo level.
Look at the aggression from mousesports. I mean, we talked about how strong IG is in the late game, but Mouse is not going to let them get there without a fight. Invoker already has... Burrow strike in, Edict and Split Earth could follow here. It's gonna hit. Ferrari may die. The creep wave tanking most of the Edict damage. It's gonna be close. Will he drop? Will he drop? He's so low. I think he's gonna survive. Are they gonna blindly Burrow strike or Split Earth? They're not. He lives, but it's not enough. The tower is gonna drop bottom. He's still level 3. He might get some levels after this tower drops. In fact, Joe is rotating in. Cold Snap on the Bamboe. Burrow strike in. Bamboe is going to pay with his life. Overextends. Joe gets 1 kill. YYF joins the fight as well. Mouse has overextended big time. 2 kills down. Are they done yet? Tower is not denied. Leshrac gets that. 1437 on the back foot. Running away. No mana for Waveform. I'm really not sure why Joe is chasing without mana here. He will back off. And look at what happens top. The lane is abandoned. IG have 2 heroes here. But there's no Leshrac, so they don't get tower. I mean, the tower is still very healthy. And now Bambo's... Or Come With Me. I keep on saying Bamboe. Come With Me. Coming back in top. Looking to defend that push. And I think he'll be there in time.
Yeah, Leshrac from the grave, getting the kill with the Edict on the tower. But really nice movement from IG. Coming in bot. Night Stalker was there, getting some much-needed kills. They would have loved to have that. If they got that tower tonight, that would have been a fantastic position for IG. But still, nonetheless, I think that went okay for them. And we will see this top lane. Just the support's getting some farm. I mean, Chuan, you can get some boots. Faith as well has his boots. And mousesports, they are ahead. Kill-wise, they're not, but they do have the greater control, the greater aggression. But that's what their lineup's built to do, is to get these towers with the Leshrac. They don't have great mid to late game. And we're going to see IG, once it's nighttime, with their Shadow Demon set up. As well as
Sexybamboe, that's not your base, and he is just going to melt to the Soul Catcher. That's the burst damage of IG. These are the kinds of engagements they want. Catching heroes off, bursting them down. YYF going for the big tower dive. Come With Me. Has the black hole. Will he find an opening? Silence could put it in. 2 TPs in. Mouse wants to fight. YYF is dead. Will they get anything returned? No. Black hole just for him. They lock him down. They pick him off. And now everybody has to run. Black charges in. Disruption to follow. Joe makes an illusion. Makes the replica, and now he's going to run away. Can always wave down to the low ground. Is that what he's going to do? He is. Sing Sing wants to... No! Sing Sing steals waveform. But the replicate will keep Joe alive. Still... This is time he's not farming. This is time he's not pushing. This is a ganking, defensive sort of... It's not really a support Morphling, but it feels like one, Godz, because of the way he's had to play, thanks to all of the pressure from mousesports.
Yeah, he's been constantly having to come to some fights, come to defend towers, which is, I mean, it's okay. He can still get some farm in between. He can still just go for that fast BKB. We see some of the Chinese teams doing. Got first item BKB, then transition to a Skadi, Ethereal Blade, some other item.
I don't know about the BKB. I mean, it's a nice thought, but he's got 300 gold hound. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm saying as a first item.
Right.
You can pick up an Ogre Club. It's got a nice item. You pick up the Ogre Club. There's nice item progression there. Mid lane though, we do see Leshrac Black in a bit of trouble here. Does stun YYF under tower. YYF in a lot of trouble here. The tower damage with Sing Sing. Couldn't finish him off. Sing Sing with a double kill, looking for a third. Zhou in trouble. Sanking going to come in with a burrow strike, and is this enough damage? Zhou going to go down. Sing Sing stealing one of the strongest skills to have at level 7. Waveform on Rubik is ridiculous. I mean, this is exactly what he wants to have at this point in the game. I think it's the best skill he can steal, for now at least.
Yeah, the only thing he could maybe do even better is also steal that, steal the morph ability, get max strength, and then go back and steal waveform again. Again, that's just nitpicking. Sing Sing is playing out of his mind. Triple kill for him. And again, whenever Mouse get a kill, they push a tower. They're not going to necessarily get one top, but the pressure is starting to mount. Venomancer already level 5, and this is where, I mean, at this point of the game, 1437 is going to be very happy. He's got the level 3 wards. That's what they want, to push these towers. Constant pressure in the lane. Enigma comes in as well. Come With Me can make a set of Eidolons, he will do so now. Takes down the enemy creep this time, just to give them that extra touch of push. Sexybamboe only level 5, and, well, he would like to get his epicenter up. IG, 4 heroes up, grouped up top. They really want to defend this. Invoker continuing to play catch-up here. Ferrari, he's doing a decent job of it. He's level 6 now. It's a lot better than 1 at the 4 or 5 minute mark, that's for sure. And he's gone for the Wex build, so I actually like this build a lot because it gives IG a ton of teamfight control in the mid game. And if Mouse are already having a great start, if they don't have that control, I'm not sure what they can do. Sandstorm from Bamboe, no detection for him, but the Light Strike Ray is going to hold him out, block him down. Burrow Strike on 3, Bamboe with the big plays, blocked him by the Replicant. Bigger play from Joe, locking him down. He will get picked off, and now the dive continues. Come with me. Maneuvering for position, Ferrari joins the fight, trying to pick him off. He's a bit too tanky. Joe held in place. It looks like he'll go down again. He can wave away. Sing Sing already used his wave, not able to follow. Meanwhile, Ferrari picks off Come With Me. Joe will get away. 2 for 1. Black Hole not being up. An epicenter not being available. Definitely helping out here for IG, but 1437 maybe going to get the kill here. The wave, oh man, Sing Sing wave into Fateful. Look at the burst damage. YYF might be the next to take a fall. He's dropping low. Faith going the other way. Disruption to start. Soul Catcher to follow. Where's the damage, though? It's all coming from Sing Sing, but I think Sing Sing may have just overextended Godz. He will, counter waveform. Joe is tired of his shenanigans, and, well, he's finally getting some items up. A much-needed kill for him. He has not gotten any farm this game, by the way. 23 creeps in 11 minutes.
Yeah, Sing Sing is just everywhere doing so much damage. I mean, mousesports themselves, I mean, they've more farm, but they're not massive on their farm. I mean, the highest CS in the game is 45 to Come With Me. So no one in this game is just sitting around farming, and that's kind of what mousesports lineup is all about. They want to put on lots of pressure, slow down the farm of IG, and just get up some core items and just overwhelm them with what we're seeing now. That's top lane, YYF coming in again. It's still nighttime, but the Eidolons are up. Venomancer there as support. Tornado in to initiate. This is not looking good for Come With Me. Lina drops the Dragon Slave. Laguna Blade. Down goes Come With Me. YYF not going to go for a second as Sing Sing is back in the top lane.
Look at the range here for IG, just sniping off that Enigma from full health instantly, and that's a very low-level Tornado. The range on that... Actually, no, it's level 4 now. Wow, he is really catching up. Can I just say, there are not many players who can start off level 1, die once, be driven back to base, run around the world trying to gank at level 1, be level 1 at 4 or 5 minutes, and then at the 12-minute mark, be level 8. It's a couple overextensions by Mouse, but really great play by Ferrari. Farming bottom patiently, and a nice adjustment by Joe, not just farming, taking over a bit, taking some pressure off of that Invoker, and letting IG back into this game. They're still behind by a good chunk of gold. Experience, not so much, though. It's a bit of farm, but mostly it's the towers right now that are working in their favor. If you look at IG, they have nothing. Early smoke egg, especially for a team that you would expect to be farming, but this is not a conventional start for IG, and they're going to look for a big backstab mid. Black is probably the target here. They want to lock down Sing Sing as well. Purge onto Black to start. They want him. They're going to get him. I believe he uses the wand. He will go down. Sing Sing could be next. Venomancer ult is used, hitting just about everyone from the looks of it. Tornado flying through again, locking to in place. Sing Sing very far back. Where's the Black Hole? Come With Me, looking for it. He gets silenced right before casting it. Oh no, Come With Me. YYF gonna be able to get out there. Wave it again by Sing Sing. No telekinesis, it was just cooling down. Actually, he had that, but he didn't have the Fade Bolt. Joe on the way out. Sing Sing could look to dive this. He's got a lot of burst by himself. Telekinesis, throwing him back. Waveform still available. Will Sing chase? Will Sing chase? Of course he will. Telekinesis. No, he already used that one. Just kidding, guys. So he's going to get out there. And while this is all happening, by the way, somehow the bottom lane, I guess because the tier 2 is down, made itself all the way into the base. Actually, that tier 3 took a little bit of damage from him.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, Sing Sing always getting his hands on this waveform and just being such a pain in these fights, but that still went well for IG. They managed to cancel the Black Hole just in time, and a few other things did go their way. But still, no farm on Zhou. He's picked up some treads. I mean, Zhou, despite having no farm, he's 6-1-2. He's having a nice impact on this game, but, I mean, you mentioned before, it's like a support morphling. I think support's a bit harsh, but it's definitely a sort of a more sort of ganking.
Yeah, it's like a ganker.
Utility morphling. Yeah, it's like you play your solo mid, you're a puck or something, and then you just go around ganking as soon as you get your level 6 ulti. Morphling is doing that with his waveform, and it's paying off. Sing Sing gets caught out in no man's land. He was trying to meet up with his team. He waves on through, though, rejoining with him. Big tornado, no EMP, as Invoker does take out the Sand King and waveform in Morphling. Zhou, he wants Enigma. Lina goes down to Leshrac, and Leshrac doing a lot of damage with the Edict. It's been maxed out. He's got the 4 and Split Earth, and they lose Shadow Demon as well. Sing Sing waving himself around. Zhou as well takes out Enigma in the trees, and it looks like both teams will back off after a 2-for-2 trade. Zhou not going to be a hero that can be killed by Sing Sing, but Sing Sing and Black going to team up, look for more, maybe YYF. It is now daytime.
If Mouse ever overextends, IG can really punish it. Wex Invoker, Night Stalker, although it is daytime now. Waveform in, they won 14-37. Gonna get him. Mouse really getting caught up position. We've seen this before for Mouse, even when they have a very solid lead. They're a very aggressive team by nature, and especially with this lineup, it's to be expected they want to force these early fights. That's why they picked this lineup, was to get the early advantage and then push it, but they're pushing it a bit too far, and IG are really punishing them with their great chasing power, their great counter gank ability. And you mentioned that tornado, that completely turned the tides of that fight. Such a great setup spell, gets you in and out of harm's way, and also enables you to go on the offensive if you need to do so.
Yeah, and we will see a backstab at top lane. They've gone on Night Stalker. Bamboo from the tree. YYF will not get out of this one. Really smart play from Bamboo. Just waited in those trees for so long. YYF is pinging. I imagine his team are like, what the hell did you just do? How do you die to a solo Sand King? But he came out from those trees, and I think his team are wondering how that happened, and it makes it you can understand. Sexybamboe just so patient, and it paid off.
Uh-oh, again! Tornado EMP on 2. They're gonna get 1. Are they done? Bamboo, Burrow strikes across the tree line. He should be okay. No, Chuan is on the chase. He even used the drum charge for this. Well, I don't think it was him. It was the Invoker. But it's not gonna be enough in the end. Still, they get a kill, and Mouse, they get a kill, and then they just get hyper-aggressive. 2 heroes pushing a bunch off the map for IG. I mean, you look at IG's lineup, you expect them to just be farming right now. You expect Night Stalker in the daytime to be farming. Morphling you always expect to be farming. And then a Wex Invoker who's behind? Would he really be ganking? I mean, at this point now, Mouse need to sort of reset, collect themselves. Maybe get up those core items. I guess the big one that I'm looking at is the Blink Dagger and Bamboo. As well as that mechanism on the Enigma. And surprisingly, Come With Me doesn't have it yet. He's gone for Power Treads, Soul Ring, and Magic Wand. A lot of other smaller items first, but they need these next set of items before they get aggressive again. And I think this is the time to sort of collect your cool and then look to be aggressive after you have those items.
Yeah, I mean, their draft doesn't want to take it to the late game, but it still doesn't mean they have to sort of end it and be as aggressive as possible right now. I mean, with the Blink coming very soon, Sand King, that to me is the big one, and the mech as well in Enigma. We're going to see Venomance. I mean, he's got this headdress. He's going to be the one getting a pipe, but 1437 has been pretty much fodder in a lot of these fights. So we're going to be looking at a very late pipe. It's not something that mousesports are going to have for a long, long time.
Oh,
mousesports, it looks like Roshan. Yeah, I mean, with the Eidolons, with the Plague Wards, they can. And the Radiant do have a ward near the middle lane, so they can somewhat tell. They would have seen Leshrac head down from that middle tower, and they may know what's going on. They don't know for sure, but they probably have an idea that Roshan may be occurring right now. Although they're not reacting to it, although they do have vision.
Top lane, Bamboo gets caught out, Burrow strikes away. Is he actually going to escape? Not in range to make the replicate. Great distraction by him, and I think that means they will get Roshan. Yeah, IG is not going to contest this. I mean, they have a great team to sort of scout that out. The EMP Tornado is a really reliable initiation for that pit area, but they just don't want to fight Mouse in the pit. I mean, Mouse has a lot of AoE. If you get caught out, it will be disastrous. IG go for a trade, but they go for it late. They went for the kill first, now they want the tower, but they're already in position. I'm not sure Mouse will actually be able to defend this. No, Mouse is going to go right back for a trade of their own, pressuring in the bottom lane, of course, or the middle lane. Of course, bottom has already been knocked down. IG get a tower for a Roshan, and a failed gank of Bamboo. They really needed to kill him too. He's only 200 gold away from the Blink. That's unfortunate for them. Mouse is going to continue to push. They're actually breaching the tier 2 here. They forced out the Glyph. IG looking to defend this, but how hard will they try? Joe has his replicate at top lane. I guess he's not going to send it mid, but he has the TP if he wants it. Tornado EMP hits on Come With Me. Come With Me is going to lose a lot of mana from this. Actually, not as much as I expected, but a decent chunk nonetheless. Mouse coming back in for round 2, and they're going to get the tower this time. IG gives it up for not really anything to return.
Yeah, and they're okay with this. They are getting Morphling farm at top as well as Morphling just pressuring. He's going to force the TPs back now, so that's mousesports backing up. And I think the main thing was there's an Aegis, and they do not want to fight up against the Aegis over on the Leshrac Black, so they're just going to play it safe and hold out. And it's easy for them to take this longer and longer when they've got the Invoker going for this Tornado EMP. I feel this is a great game. When you're up against 5 early game ganking heroes, you don't actually need to be aggressive if you're IG. You just want to sort of stall for late game for the Morphling, for even heroes like the Invoker to get some items. And Invoker, though, is still, of course, a long way off anything. He's got a phase boots drums. He's had an actual impact of the game as of late, despite the terrible start. And he'll be looking to pick up that 4-star when possible. But I've got to say, he has turned it around a little bit. IG, though, do need to keep on stalling. For Morphling, as well as just 4-star, BKB on YYF, various other items need to be bought up, whereas mousesports, I mean, they don't have to go right now, but they can definitely go soon with Blinks up on Sanking and many other big items coming soon.
You know, the only answer for that BKB is the Black Hole. There's really no other response for it. I guess you could steal Purge. You could steal Demonic Purge as if you're Rubik, but that's pretty unlikely. And if he gets the BKB up on the Night Stalker, it's really going to free things up for the Invoker, even the Lina, and of course the Morphling to be sort of secondary initiators, going for the pickoffs here and there. Mouse feel like they have the advantage. They do have a lot of items up. If we take a look at the gold graph, big lead for them, 7,500. I mean, considering the tower advantage, it's not nearly as bad as you might expect, but it's still a big lead for Mouse nonetheless. Yule Scepter up on Sing Sing. Come With Me has the mech. Of course, the Leshrac getting pretty close to a Bloodstone, although it looks like he's going for a Force Staff, or maybe an Aghanim. It's probably going to be a Force Staff, though. It could even be a Necro Book. There's I think that item turns into more than anything else in the game, that Staff of Wizardry. It's got like 6 or 7 upgrade paths, but either way, aggression continues. They want Faith. Dust is used. Faith kind of baiting this out. Might be a bad fight for Mouse. Sexybamboe gets silenced. He gets EMP'd, and as he's going to go down, I believe. No, the mech keeps him alive. The tornado is going to hit, though. Oh, he's so low, but he lives. 1437 lives too. Wave in from Joe. He's still got the replicate if he needs it. No, the replicate just died. He can't actually replicate out, but I think he's going to be okay. Another silence. This time the Burrow Strike in. Telekinesis holds YYF in place, pulls him back. He drops as well. 2 heroes down now for a Venomancer. Man, Sexybamboe dropped low, but in the end, he lives.
Oh, narrowly surviving. And I mean, the item difference just showing there. IG, none of their heroes really have their core items. Morphling wants his BKB. Invoker, 4-star isn't even up. The drums isn't really doing him much. And I mean, no BKB on Night Stalker. Neither is he got that higher level. He's only level 10. So without any heroes having their core items at 22 minutes in, mousesports are winning these team fights, although not incredibly convincingly there. A nice Tornado EMP from Invoker did sort of help IG out there. The Wex is almost maxed out now, and that's kind of the saving grace for IG. I do feel they have a strong lineup here to deal with mousesports, and in some ways, mousesports will not be in cruise control despite this big gold lead of theirs.
Yeah, one thing I really want to commend mousesports for doing right now, they have a lot of wards placed on the enemy side of the map. They're also farming the enemy jungle. Whenever you see a good team get a lead like this, they're not just gonna look to push the lanes or farm their own jungle, just sort of, you know, passively continue to have an advantage. They're going to look to accelerate that advantage, the growth of it as much as possible. Tornado from Sage Sage, that he steals the waveform, or actually, what did he steal? No, did he steal? He stole Morph. Oh, and Saint Saint is going to happily morph his way up to 1600 HP with no HP item. I'm telling you, man, that might even be a better steal than the waveform.
Yeah.
And now he's got Blink as well as Yule. Sing Sing is fast, and he is hard to bring down. The one thing he needs is some armor, and the mechanism will help with that. But when his team's not around, he is rather susceptible to those right clicks.
You can go for something like the Shiver's Guard if that's a major concern for him, and I'd say it should be with a Morphling in the game who can do... Morphling with BKB can just go straight for Sing Sing with a wave in followed by right-click damage.
And he is going for that.
Yeah, that's something Sing Sing won't be ready to deal with. That right-click damage will do, I mean, a good full damage if he's on 0 armor seal. So 100 damage a hit with the wave damage and maybe a stun follow-up. Sing Sing will maybe want to plate mail to transition to a Shiver's Guard, but this is a smart smart spell steal by Sing Sing. He's got the Cold Snap now as well. That's going to be okay, but he wants something more like a tornado.
Yeah. EMP tornado. Start. They're not going to go in. Oh, they are going to go in. Wave onto black. Epicenter hits too. Sexybamboe, great bait from him, but will he get the kills? No, he gets nothing, and they pick him off. Sing Sing charges in. One by one, mousesports may be getting picked off here. Sing Sing will be the next to fall. No, Yule Scepter up in the air. Come with me, Stills. Black Hole. Adaptive Strike blocking him off. The Lita ult coming in. Black Hole on 3, but there's no follow-up. Come with me goes down. Mousesports overextend big time, and they're not done yet. Long range tornado is going to pull Black up into the air. He's got a Yule Scepter and phase boots. Gale thrown out defensively. Buyback force from Sing Sing. And IG don't overextend. They back it off.
Yeah, that was a big engagement for both teams. And IG coming out on top. They buyback even from Rubik. So, I mean, that shows mousesports want to keep putting on pressure. They want to hold off, and they're willing to spend their gold just to make sure that the fight's happening soon. But that one there was a major overextension. I mean, Sing Sing was inside IG's base just chasing for a Shadow Demon. No, sorry, not for the Shadow Demon, for I think it was the Invoker or the Lina. And they just got defensive disruption on red HP, and then things just went downhill from there. And as a result, IG now find themselves in a good position. They're going to get 1-4-3-7 at mid as well. Just slow down that pipe even more. Pick off by pick off, IG clawing their way back into this game.
Can you believe it? Ferrari is wicked sick. Is this really the same Invoker we saw level 1 5 minutes in? If you guys are just tuning in, I don't think I've ever seen a worse start for an Invoker in the laning phase than this one had. Ferrari showing why he's one of the best, if not the best Invokers in the world. And really renowned for it. Blink onto the high ground, they want Faith. Malphite to start, Burrow Strength to follow, Split Earth on top of it. He will be burst down. No defensive disruption for you, sir, mousesports says. And they get a kill, but it's only the Shadow Demon. It's a nice kill, they're glad to have it. But they really need to lock down these bigger heroes. YYF just about has his BKB. In fact, oh, he bought back, I think, so that's why he doesn't have it yet. He was actually very close before. I hear Tornado. I also see a Burrow Strike up top. Let's take a look at Joe. He should be fine. And nothing happening mid either for the moment. Actually, Joe gets locked down a little bit. Not quite enough burst. He waveforms away and has the replicate out if he needs it. He's going to bottle up instead. Send that back to base. Continue to farm.
Yeah, he's not too worried there. Not really any chance of killing him with just those two heroes. And he did just play it nice and safe, as he will probably just replicate back to base when that expires. There we go. He's back to base now. He's going to get ready to defend this mid lane. Mousesports want to pressure it again. No black hole though for a good 50 seconds. EMP going to hit come with me. This is not looking good for Mousesports. Sand King, Epicenter, blink from the high ground. Ferrari, Invoker goes down. Sing Sing with the kill. Immediate buyback by 430. And we will see the defensive disruption keeping alive. Oh my god, Nightstalker immediate buyback. IG in all kinds of trouble. 2 buybacks already. Black and low HP. One more right click. Invoker. He does narrowly get the kill. They've lost Enigma as well. Great cold snap. Stopping Venom's TP. IG turned things around, but it was an expensive fight for them nonetheless, LD.
Joe didn't even have to use his BKB there. He only dropped to about half health. It's just... one thing about IG's lineup, which makes it really hard for mousesports gods, is they're so mobile that it's really hard to get that black hole epicenter off. And it's also the Nightstalker silence. Come With Me just hasn't had the openings. He had the one black hole on the high ground inside the enemy base over here, but there was just no follow-up, and he was already so low by that point he couldn't survive. He really needs a BKB. The problem is by the time he can farm one, if they haven't already gotten Rex, I'm not sure they'll have enough. I mean, this Morphlene's got a BKB. There's no real other solution except the black hole. The Nightstalker's not far off his, and oh, by the way, I was thinking of the Morphlene when I said I thought he already had it, but yeah, Nightstalker's still a little ways to go for that BKB. Yeah. 2,300 gold in the bank for Joe, and well, he may not have farmed a whole lot this game, but he is farming heroes. 9-1 and 8 for him, 8-3 and 9 for Ferrari. The two carry players here really making their presence felt.
Yeah, no, now we will see, Joe. What transitioning to his next time? Maybe a Manta style could go for that Skadi. I don't think we'll see something like even an Ethereal Blade isn't that popular with the Chinese scenes, but I think just selling his Wraith Band, picking up an Ultimate Orb, there we go. Gets the Ultimate Orb, and that can be Manta style or Skadi. I think both will be good items here, and I think maybe Skadi is slightly better. The illusions from Manta style aren't going to do too much against a lot of these heroes. A lot of AoE, Leshrac, Sand King, the Rubik Fadeball. I think it is going to be a Skadi just going for all those stats to help him out here. Mousesports, though, meanwhile, going for another Roshan. This is something IG can't really prevent or deal with. I mean, they're just going to use this time to push out their lanes, get some more farm going, especially on this Morphling.
Look how expensive this Roshan is. So they dropped 1 Sentry Ward, in fact 2 Sentry Wards, just to make sure that the Radiant don't have vision. I also want to point out, IG have placed a lot of wards outside of their base, and this is what happens when you lose those outer towers early. In order for your Morphling to farm safely, the same for the Invoker or the Night Stalker, especially in the daytime, you need all these wards. Otherwise, it's very easy for Mouse to gank you. Mouse get Roshan, and they're just going to brute force it down mid. No smoke attempt. We see a lot of teams like to smoke right after claiming Roshan. But considering IG's positioning and the fact that all these towers are down, they are very unlikely to get a pick off. And even if they did, it would be all the way up top. So Joe continues to push top. 1,000 gold in the bank. I feel like you need to save for buyback right now, because if you lose a big fight, you're going to lose Rex. But for the moment, if he wants to buy Blade of Alacrity, he could. He's nowhere near that Mansa just yet, but 1 or 2 fights and he'll have it. Or you mentioned the Skady. If it's that, he's a bit farther off as well. But yeah, mousesports just continue to siege. They're not really committed to this push.
Yeah, and that's something they want to try. Maybe find a fight in the next minute, because both Invoker and Night Stalker bought back that last fight. They're still on cooldown for a minute and a half. More importantly, neither hero has... Oh, Night Stalker has enough gold for a buyback, but I don't think the Invoker will. He'll fall short when he loses a bit of gold here. So if they can get a fight, use the Aegis, and they're going to find one at bottom. Zhou, replicates his way out of there. He does pop the BKB. Probably a bit of a mistake. I don't know if he needed BKB there when he was trying to replicate, but nonetheless, playing it safe. And now mousesports may even try break on in here with the Aegis, with the BKB on Morphling down, and with those buybacks, Invoker and Night Stalker on cooldown. This is a good opportunity for mousesports, I feel.
Yeah, it is. Mousesports, they need Leshrac to get in range of the tower and use that Edict. Otherwise, it's not going to die anytime soon. Yule Scepter throwing Invoker up on the high ground, but look at Black dropping fast. He might lose this Aegis right off the bat. Tornado will snipe him off. Now the Aegis is down. Perhaps Mouse will back now. EMP to follow. Are they going to go in on this? It hits Black. No, both teams just content to stare across the valley at each other. And Joe immediately head towards mid. Wants to get a little bit of farm going. He doesn't have a replicate up, but it will be cooling down soon. He's going to at least push this out once. Mouse want to siege it, but IG have a lot of anti-push. And this is where Lina fits in great as a support hero. Has a lot more to spam those waves down than most other supports do. 2 AoE nukes. Definitely going to be helpful here. And well, for mousesports, I think Leshrac needs a BKB. To me, that's the only way they're going to get this Rex. Or they have to find some pickoffs.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the Yules build on Black. I mean, it's a nice little item, and Rubik has gone for one as well. It does work well on him, but I feel with Leshrac, he needs that BKB up. He's got the Oak Club now, so he's going to be getting that in about 2.5k, but still, that is more time for Morphin to get some more farm. Invoker, Night Stalker to get up some more key items. We'll see Night Stalker getting closer and closer to his BKB. Invoker now picking up a cloak. I wonder where he's going to head for that. I don't think we'll see him going for a full pipe. Maybe just starting to build towards a sheep stick. But more importantly, just having buyback. He is crucial to defend with. It's the Night Stalker and Morphling who want to pick up those next big items when possible.
Yeah, YYF, I think he has the... No, he still doesn't have that BKB. YYF has really not had a chance to farm this game. And well, it's also the fact that he's 12 assists. Adaptive to start. They disable the Blink Dagger, the EMP Tornado to follow. Bamboe drops low. Waveform in. They get the kill, and that's going to delay any hopes of pushing by Mouse for quite a while. I don't think he has buybacks. Yeah, they're going to have to wait this out at least 40 seconds. That means probably a tier 1 goes down bottom. And at best, Mouse go for the trade mid and top. But there's no outer towers. I don't think they'll get to the base in time. And even if they do, it's really only the Leshrac who can quickly bring down Araxia. He's actually going to commit to mid a little bit, walking up, working down the wave. The Glyph is forced bottom, so mousesports at least get that out. They delay the push for a second. In come the TPs. Black's going to have to run now. Shadow Poison trying to scout things out. Sing Sing gets the deny bottom. Big deny from him with a lot of heroes with high damage attacking it. The Morphling in particular. Oh, they want to go for the replicate, and they're going to get it, but that's not going to amount to it. I thought that was the real Lina for a second, but no, indeed it was not.
As did mousesports, possibly. I'm not but we wanted to kill it anyways, but maybe they were thinking,
see, they have a good excuse,
get the Lina.
They have
Either way, they wanted to kill it, so they can play it off as intentional. Maybe it was intentional, just killing the replicate. But anyways, IG, they're backing off. They're once again finding more space to farm. That Tower Tonight will slow down this Morphling scouting. Morphling runs into Rubik once again. Rubik currently Light Strike Array. That's a useful spell as any. I mean, compared to Dragon Slave, it's another fairly useful spell just for clearing out waves. But I think the AoE stun on a Rubik who can set it up to make sure it hits at least one hero. I mean, that's pretty damn useful, and maybe a waveform would be preferred, but I think for the most part, he'll be very happy with this pickup.
You know, the only spell I can think of that I would say is definitely better is Tornado, just because it gives you an outrageously good initiation rain. And if you look at Mouse's lineup, the only other hero who can maybe go in first is Come With Me. The Sandcade has to come in second or third so he can get off the epicenter. If you blink in, unless you're going for a gank, in which case it doesn't matter, but for the team fights, I think the Tornado would be preferred. It is pretty hard to steal because Ferrari's constantly changing his spells. Also, his positioning has been pretty good this game. He's sitting far back, but of course Light Strike Array will be very helpful. Gives Mouse one extra stun, and they already have a lot. What do you think Sing Sing should buy now? I think that's got to be the burning question on everyone's mind. Is he's sitting on 4,400 gold? I mean, I suppose he could save for buyback, but even then, he's still going to have about 3k or so to work with.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be a Sheepstick. Unless he really wants survivability, then he maybe heads towards a BKB. But I think Sheepstick is just the best option to go. You're up against a Morphling. Sure, he's got a BKB, but BKB, I mean, it's actually only down to 9 seconds. He's only used BKB once, and that was when he didn't even need to use it. He's really been very conservative with these, but still very involved in all the team fights. So I think Sheepstick is the best option for the Rubik here. But, I mean, if you really want to go for a DPS, it's only going to come from Leshrac and Rubik in the late game, so might not even be what he goes for. But Venomancer finishes off the pipe, so this could be something that mousesports are waiting for, but I don't think it's going to be something like, oh, they've got pipe now they can break in and possibly get a Rax. I don't think it's going to add to their team fight massively.
Uh-oh, Joe waveforms into the trees, uses the BKB, Black Hole is available. Are they going to use it for him? They are. They wait a long time, then they drop the Black Hole. I believe the BKB is still going to be up when it ends. It is. Morphling gets stunned again, still alive, could wave again. Looking for the wave, looking to get across the ravine. He's going to. More blinks in. You cannot run from this Mouse team. And that was a really big kill. It cost him a Black Hole, but he just about had his Eye of Skady, and now he may even have to buy back. If he does have to buy back, there's no way he's getting it for a while.
Yeah, I think definitely worth using the Black Hole there. I was actually surprised because Mousesports, as soon as he BKB TP'd, it looked like they were backing off, and I was like, oh, they're not going to Black Hole. It was definitely worth it, and Come With Me making the right decision there, I feel. They're actually going to go for the push here and try at least force the buyback. I mean, they know that he probably has buyback based on his items, but if they can force a buyback, or even if he doesn't have buyback, they can probably do some damage here. Maybe not get a Rax, but at least make something happen. YWF can immediately just run in, stall it up, and we'll see if Morphling does buyback or if they're just looking to stall this out and chip away.
Tornado EMP hits on 3, blink away from Sing Sing, but I don't think it's going to be enough. No, he's going to escape, but again, IG, they delay the push, they get a pick off. And now they're going to get a couple, at least a minute or two more to farm, especially with that Black Hole being down. Mousesports are going to have to wait a little bit. The clock is ticking, guys. The clock is ticking.
Oh, man. If you look, I mean, where is the damage going to come from? How do they actually win fights once we get to the sort of 45, 50-minute mark? I mean, Rubik is really versatile. He's hard to take down. He picked up a Sheepstick, so there you go. There's the item he was waiting for. And, I mean, the damage, it's coming from Black, but he's got his BKB now. He's just bought his BKB. But still, he's going to be more survivable. But these raiding heroes are getting really hard to kill with their BKBs, and they're going to be getting new big items up very, very soon. As we are going to see Sing Sing another deny. He managed to get out immediately. What a troll! Sing Sing says no deny for you.
Sexybamboe actually came out of his. He's going to be okay. I think. Blink away. In comes the entire IG team. If they get another pick-off, it's going to be real trouble for Mouse. And Joe not able to find the vision. Replicate does a crazy rage. Sexybamboe just gets away. That one was pretty close, and he really needed to survive there. What do you do if you're Mousesports? I mean, is there an item you're waiting for? I just can't. I don't see one. I think they got to push soon. Maybe you wait for this Roshan, but they. I said the clock is ticking. I feel like they're on the absolute brink of running out of time now, especially with Joe having 3,300 gold. Whatever he wants to buy, he can pretty much afford it now.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And for me, as far as what Mousesports do, I mean, they just need to get... I mean, they don't have to end the game in the next 5-10 minutes. It's not like their lineup cannot win late game, but they need to be getting some advantage their way while shutting something down on IGs. I mean, Morphling is going to get more and more farm. That goes without saying. But if they can get their supports up while getting a few kills here or there, I mean, get Sandking up another big item, get him a BKB, get heroes like Venomancer another big item, get him a Vitality booster so he can be even tankier. They just need more and more item progression. A second Sheepstick on Come With Me. And then meanwhile, be getting kills on heroes like Shadow Demon, Lena, and just shutting down their farm, making it so the only one getting more items is Morphling. late game they can still beat a Morphling. If it's just Morphling and the supports are going to be under-farmed, I think mousesports still have a chance to win this in the late game.
Well, they are ahead in terms of gold. It's still about an 8,000 gold lead, and that will get a lot bigger if they get the next Roshan. Mouse is positioned to do it. They push in the bottom lane. Smart play by them. You always want to get the creep waves moving past the river in your favor before you go for Rosh. That way, if the opponent tries to smoke or gank you, you will have full vision or knowledge of it. Even if they smoke, you'll realize they're off the map long enough to be able to react. So good play by Mouse. Now they go to the Rosh pit. They're going to work him down. Still not a whole lot of damage, although with the sheep stick up on Sing Sing, he actually hits reasonably hard. If he got just an MKB or 1 damage item, he could kind of be that right-click hero. But really, I think BKB will be the next item for him. He seems like
he's got 5 agility. That's the other big problem. 5 agility.
That's true.
His attack speed is
atrocious.
Can't even notice. And I mean, he could always try steal that and get some agility back. But I think he'd rather just sit on this strength. I mean, look at his strength at the moment. I wonder how if when you level up, if you still get the strength gain, or if converting all these stats actually affects it. It looks like he hasn't lost any strength as a result of it. Like if you level up and you don't gain strength because of some bug, but I don't think that's the case here. I think it's something that Valve, of course, have thought out. But for Rubik, he'd probably love some damage, but he's going to need maybe attack speed. He could go for the Assault Crest, give themselves some auras. I don't think Assault Crest would be the worst possible item for mousesports. So maybe an Assault Crest on Sing Sing, or possibly just go for the Shiva's Guy. That's another good aura for his team in the late game against the Morphling.
Yeah, especially with all these items. Blink Dagger, Phase Boots, Yule Scepter, and the Waveform. I mean, it's going to be hard to kill him unless he's really... This is Yule's to start. They want to make a go at Invoker here. Pipe is used by Mouse. They're kind of committed to this engagement right now. Waveform in, and then a blink away immediately. EMP, Black locked in place, will go down. Did not get the BKB off, but he is coming back to life with the Aegis. Ferrari held in place. Come with me. Blink in on 3. Black hole on top of it all. EMP bouncing through. What a team fight for Mouse. They're going to knock out most of the heroes, but Zhao is still alive, and now he goes or Joe is still alive. He goes the other way. Wave in onto Black. BKB wearing off. He's actually in a bit of trouble. He's overextended. Joe is going to go down. No buyback. I don't think he just bought the Eye of Skady. No, he's 200 short. BKB used the YYF. He's going to be driven back. Mouse win a big team fight. They kill off the Morphling that used just about everything to get it done. Can they get the racks now? The Glyph is forced out. I think they might just be able to, although it's not the quickest fight if they're going to be able to do it. Oh, definitely Blast on 2. Void to follow. Silence on top of it. Saint uses the cheese, keeping him alive. Cold Snap as well. While we have defensive disruption. Might actually be signing his own death warrant with that one. 4 step away. YYF going to run the other direction. Great team play by IG here. EMP driving everyone back. Black is out of mana. Tornado gonna fly through. Gonna hit him, catch him out. Silence, Cold Snap as well. YYF driven back. YYF in a lot of trouble. He's gonna live. I think that was a mech that just kept him alive. Chuan now thrown up into the air, and I think Mouse are gonna be forced back without getting racks. No, they're not done yet. Ferrari thrown up into the air. Defensive disruption. How has nobody died in the past 20 seconds? What the hell am I watching? Finally, it's Night Stalker who takes the fall. Chuan as well. mousesports gaining that advantage. Morphling is still dead. Still fit. What is that? 90 gold short? 80 gold short of the buyback. Ice Wall drop. Nobody's even chasing. Ferrari just wants to use all the spells right now. And now mousesports will back.
What a crazy fight. That lasted a good minute, that fight. I mean, you can see by the end of the fight, Morphling had already respawned, and that is a level 20 Morphling. I mean, that just was never ending. mousesports just continuous aggression and showing why they wait for the Aegis and Cheese and how they can actually win these fights in the late game against the Morphling Invoker, against the BKBs. I mean, they came out on top of that one, although they didn't get a Rax, and that's going to be the big issue. And by the time the next Aegis and Cheese are up, it's going to be a good 6 or 7 minutes, and Morphling will probably have a new item. So I feel they have to just go again and beat... During this 6 or 7 minute stage, they have to continue being aggressive. They might not be able to completely dominate team fights, but a couple of smoke ganks here or there, that's what needs to happen from mousesports, whereas IG, they need to just sharpen up, get the farm, get some more farm, get some more big items, and have the buyback for when mousesports come with another Aegis and Cheese.
Oh, haster up on Bamboo, and godz, one big item which I'm not sure if you mentioned, I did not notice it until now. sexybamboe has a Veil of Discord, and especially for this lineup, I think that made all the difference there. Morphling starts going on Bamboo, but with the haster not going to be able to get this kill. A huge creep wave for Joe to farm though. Up to 2100 gold, still has buyback, and I think this time around he's going to make sure he has it. As good of a fight as that was for Mouse, they did not get wrecked, so IG still definitely in this game. They're a bit behind in terms of gold, having the better late game, so I want to say it's a dead even game. Because Mouse have that item advantage, a bit of a map control advantage, but IG balanced that out with their superior late game, at least their superior carries. I'm going to call it dead even, Godz. Not sure if you feel the same.
I'm pretty much in agreement with you, man. I feel this game is 50-50 right now. If someone said, who is going to win this game? Well, I could maybe pull up a prediction, but I'd have to say I feel both teams have an equal chance at this point. Mousesports are putting on a lot of pressure. They've got the dire side. They can wait for that Aegis. Well, not so much wait, but they can use the Aegis and cheese when it's back up in the next 5 minutes, because I think they'll struggle to take a Rax here. They maybe can get this bot Rax, but they're not going to finish the game in the next 5 minutes without Aegis and cheese. But they do want to apply pressure. They're going bottom again. It is nighttime, but not many of these heroes do a buyback. Night Stalker, Invoker, both very low on golden farm. Morphling the other one, it looks like, with a buyback.
Oh, the creep wave gets absolutely murdered. Sing Sing stole something. What was it? Just a waveform. At this point, not the biggest spell to steal, but a great defensive ability for him to have. You can blink in to initiate, then waveform out. We've seen Sing Sing just be very clever with all of these utility items. Looks like he is going for an Assault Cuirass, but they're not going to wait for it. They're just going to force the issue right now. Black Hole has cooled down. Yeah, it's really been that long, guys. It's been 3 minutes since the last fight. Feels like it's been 30 seconds. Here we go again. Telekinesis to start. Replicant is charging in. I think he got the order of operations backwards here, but is Mouse being fooled by it? They Burrow Strike in, so they realize it's a Replicant. I think finally they figured it out. Mouse may be getting confused there by the mind games just for a second. And Joe, 3,200 gold in the bag, definitely has the buyback now if he needs it. Who else is maybe not going to have buyback? Ferrari will not. YYF will not either if they die. Short on gold and also dealing with the cooldown. Those two heroes have to sit back, blink in, wave away. Sing Sing trying to bait. Is IG going to fall for it? No, they are not taking it. Content to sit up on the high ground. Perch safely here. YYF, something was stolen from him again. This time a void. He wants the silence. That would be a big thing to steal. Force off that Morphling BKB, maybe get a pick off. It's just a siege at this point. Nobody's blinking though.
And they're not really achieving a whole lot because it's so hard to go in against the long-range nukes. I mean, you've got the Lena Dragon Slave, Morphling in the front lines, and the Tornado EMP. More than anything, Tornado EMP can just be used every 30 seconds. And unless Mouse want to go in between cooldowns, it's going to be hard to do anything. There we go. Tornado EMP once again. Come With Me blinks away, dodges the EMP, but still, Tornado does damage. It just chips away, and they can clear creep waves too quickly. And Mousesports don't have the hard carry they need to push on in without a creep wave.
Yeah, they don't have anyone who can just charge in and start right-clicking, drawing focus fire, killing off heroes rapidly. At the same time, IG are playing this very defensively, despite having that Morphling, the double BKBs up. It's the correct way for IG to play with this kind of a deficit. If IG tries to initiate, Mousesports is most likely going to hit a black hole, an epicenter. Black's going to have his BKB on top of it all. It's very dangerous for IG to actually go low ground. It's also dangerous for Mouse to go high ground, so I'm not sure what these teams do, except wait it out for someone to get tired, someone to slip up. A slight positional error will decide this fight.
I like what IG are doing. They've got Morphling top with a Replicant at base. He'll replicate back right before it expires, but he's just making sure the top lane doesn't come pressure the T3 tower. If top lane pressures him as well, that's a big problem. He doesn't come back to the Replicant, in fact. He has got a TP, of course, so he's not going to go in, but he'll be ready to TP. But sending Morphling top was a smart decision from IG, because if it got to the Tier 3 tower, it provides an opportunity for Mousesports to engage. So making sure all lanes are pushing out, and he can just go and get that Tier 2 tower, force an engagement from Mousesports, or force Mousesports to TP out. This, instead of sitting in base with 5 heroes defending, this is much smarter play from IG.
There is no progress for Mouse. They're not actually damaging this Rex because nothing is getting in range of it. Like you said, there's just too much spam. Adaptive Strike on Chuan, but with 0 agility, that's not going to do a whole lot. 28 to be exact. Adaptive going the other way onto Black. Joe not going to actually commit to anything. Did he buy anything? No, 4,700 gold. If they win this fight, he's going to have another Tier 4 item up. But for the moment, he is saving for that buyback. EMP Tornado? No, just the Tornado to start. This is pretty funny to watch. At this point, IG are a lawnmower, and Mouse is that lawn in need of a trim. The creep wave is just consistently being mowed down time after time.
Oh, man. But I feel like Mousesports are just doing this to pass time while they wait for Roshan to respawn, and they're going to back off when Roshan respawns. It'll be really obvious. That's one thing, but I think they can win a team fight. They've got the BKB Black Hole, and this is basically just team farming at bottom lane. I think that'd be a bit more cost effective if they had 3 or 4 heroes bottom pushing while 1 hero was in these neutrals. Now they're doing that. Now you've got Black in the neutrals. They're actually backing off towards Roshan, but having all 5 heroes there was pretty much a fail-proof plan, because that means if IG engage, they have a 5v5 fight. So it's the safest way that mousesports can stall while waiting for Roshan to respawn.
Well, if they get that Aegis and cheese, it will be huge. We saw in the last fight they needed it in order to survive. Sing Sing has the Assault Caress now if he wants to buy it. Oh, 4-staff in. Is he actually going to go? Sing Sing gets caught out. What the hell is happening? Yule Scepter thrown up in the air. This could be a big bait going the other way, but they're not falling for it. They pick him off. Sing Sing may be forced to buy back. Oh, in fact, I think he has it. Why does it say he's 200 gold? Did he just buy his Assault Caress? Oh no! 1437 dies as well. Sing Sing buys the Assault Caress, drives into the enemy team, gets picked off. No buyback for a minute and a half, and that means a Roshan opportunity for the Radiant. Mouse could try and defend this. They have that big AoE team fight, but if Mouse die here, it's not just going to be an Aegis and a cheese for the enemy team, it's going to be Rex too.
Yeah, this is Roshan for IG, or at least that's what they should be going for. They can maybe find themselves in a bit of trouble to a Black Hole Sankey, and maybe they're worried about a buyback from Rubik. They probably expect Ruby to have buyback. They don't know he just bought an Assault Caress, but they're going to try force out a buyback. As soon as the buyback happens, they'll probably back off, but there isn't going to be one. This is going to be probably a free Roshan. Leshrac on the high ground. Are they going to go for this? Tornado scouts out most of the heroes. EMP will force them back. Morphling going to be the one just right-clicking away. I think they're going to make a go for this. I think mousesports is saying, let's try at least steal an Aegis. They've got two heroes with Blink, both Sand King and Enigma, and Bamboo loves going for these Aegis steals. I've seen him so many times, like Prophet TP right into the middle of a Roshan pit. I feel he's going to go for this, but nope, he's too late.
Oh, cheese on the ground. Cheese on the ground. Someone grab the cheese. Ferrari will take it. Oh man, Sing Sing, what a bad time to purchase that Assault Caress. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe like he misclicked or something, but he just ran directly into the enemy team. At first, I thought it was a bait, and the Mouse was going to sort of initiate off of Sing Sing charging in, but IG didn't really engage. They just worked him down with their long-range nukes, and that's the beauty of IG's lineup. It's that range. Tornado, Laguna Blade, Dragon Slave, the Adaptive Strike on top of it. They really don't have to go in close to do that damage.
Yeah, and that makes it really hard to push on in, and it's never going to be fatal damage coming from IG. It's not enough to kill these heroes. I mean, they've got Mech and Pipe, they've got heals in between, but it just chips away. Sing Sing actually didn't pick up his Assault Crest when he respawned. A bit of a mistake from me. I guess it didn't automatically complete, but he's flying it out now. Shiver's Guard.
Look at that courier. Oh man.
This is the thing. I mean, mousesports, they don't have a late game hero, but they have late game items on some heroes that can scale okay into the late game. I mean, they're not looking all too bad. They're going to be able to fight the Morphling if they can isolate him. But in a straight-up 5v5 fight where BKBs get popped on Night Stalker and Morphling, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, once again, if this fight goes the wrong way, Morphling sitting on 2.1k and already has a Manta Style as well, so he did pick up another item. Still has the buyback and the Aegis. It's going to be hard to kill him twice, especially with BKB. You could almost consider that a third life. And mousesports still maneuvering for positioning, posturing forward, but not committing to anything. Pipe is used, and I believe this is their time. There's their moment. Blink in from Sing Sing, pulls Ferrari in. They want to kill him off. Ferrari 4-staff away. He'll be fine for now. It's actually daytime for 8 seconds. What an interesting time to fight, but mousesports not going to find Opie yet. In comes Joe. Wants to make it go. Bamboe used the epicenter on Chuan. Does not get the kill. BKB popped on Joe. Once Black is going to get Black, I believe. No, the Black Hole! Come with me. Pulls them all in. Where's the follow-up, though? Wave in from Sing Sing. Chivas as well on top of it. Chuan dropping low. Chuan pulled back in. Chuan may die. Morphling still alive. Still has that extra life to work with if he needs it. Blink away. Come with me on the back foot. Sing Sing in a hell of a lot of trouble. Sing Sing, that's not your base either. He will get picked off, brought down. Yule Scepter, not gonna have the blink though, so he will die. And, oh, that was a bad fight for that. It was a great black hole. The epicenter not comboed properly with it. Bit of miscommunication there for Mouse, and IG capitalized. It seems their patience has paid off.
We're just getting too late in the game for mousesports' lineup. This is getting to the point where, I mean, between Invoker and Morphling, there's just a lot of late game potential. They've got the burst damage, the stalling. They can just nuke down from afar. So even when the team fight begins, IG already have a slight edge in terms of harass done by the Tornado EMP, by the Dragon Slaves. And Mouse are just going in, just going all out, knowing, okay, we've got to end this soon. But they don't need... Morphling still's an Aegis. Morphling's got a Mad Style 4k gold, and this is probably going to be a Rax here. Rubik and Leshrac still down. Leshrac looks like he does have buyback. Maybe forced out, but for the most part, I don't know if they can stop this Morphling anymore.
He is big, and he's got 4,500 gold. and he's got Alacrity buffing him up. 80% additional attack speed, 70 extra damage. They're going to get Rex. IG, they were behind for so long. Level 1 Invoker, 5 minutes in. Ferrari strikes back. The team, Joe sets him up, or Joe sets, God, I keep on saying that wrong. Blink in. A bit of a stun there, but no follow-up. There is no ultimate for Come With Me. This is just a troll distraction, BKB. God, he is tanky, but Alacrity onto Joe can probably get the pick. No, he's going to live for now. Blink cooling down. No, the adaptive gets him. And now Joe, with that pick off, oh, Sing Sing steals something, but they get the Rex.
No, he's getting it. Oh, he's getting strength. He's not even bothering with agility. He gets all his points back to strength again, getting himself even more HP.
Oh, Stephanie Blast on the 1437. Another pick off. It's just too much damage now. Mouse can't withstand it. It got too late. Really creative lineup by them. There were so many points this game where they had great execution, but that one mistake by Sing Sing, getting caught out of position, dies for a long time, gives away an Aegis Cheese to IG. Pretty much one of the most unfortunate things you'll ever see happen in a late game Dota situation. And gods, it means we're headed to a game 3. Although I love Mouse, I cannot say I'm unhappy. It means we get a game 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a really lovely game, I have to say. Game number 2 was fantastic. Game number 3, we'll see what Mouse try to pull up again. Will we see another Shadow Demon Conqueror or something a bit different, something new? But IG are a team who'll be ready for whatever mousesports can throw at them. But mousesports are looking to prove all the people right who think European Dota is better than Asian Dota. This is East versus West. This is mousesports up against IG.
It's a slugfest, man. It truly is. And, well, mousesports make the first blow, but IG responds, and now the question is, who's going to deliver that knockout punch? If this is a boxing match, we're headed into the final deciding round. This match can only end by knockout. There will be no TKOs this time around, guys. IG versus Mouse, Game 2 goes the way of IG, showing some incredible stamina. mousesports, just a few slight mistakes cost them the game. 1-1, the series all tied up. We'll be heading into game number 3 momentarily. This is the Beyond the Summit World Tour. Don't go anywhere, guys. You will not want to miss this game number 3. We'll be coming back soon.